Today in Why Ecuador we will see a phenomenon that affects this beautiful country as a whole, syncretism. Syncretism in simple words is the hybridization of blending of two or more cultures or forms of thought, giving rise to a new one with little sustained coherence due to its contrasting origins. Vaya Dios, qué difícil. I know it doesn't sound so simple, which is why it's necessary to provide an example for proper understanding. The example is of Latin America. Although it is not the only civilization whose culture is combined with another, it is the one that is closest at hand and one from which we can observe the best examples. Examples of syncretisms in Latin America are mainly found in art, painting or music. It can even be found in the words adopted by the new generation that have origins from the other side of the sea. But how did we reach this point of Latin America syncretisms, and why? On October 12, in 1492, a lost sailor named Christopher Columbus, in Spanish Cristóbal Colón for the French, discovered what would later be known as America. As soon as Columbus and his sailors set foot in the New World, they realized that it was not inhabited. Many people and communities had already settled in this new continent for several hundred years, with a language and culture completely opposite to the Spanish-European culture. For many years, the different powers of the time took control of the new territories in the New World. England colonized a large part of North America, while another portion of North America, Central America, and the Caribbean were colonized by a mix of power, including the French, Spanish, and English. Portugal established its presence in the territory known now as Brazil, and a significant part of South America was annexed to the Spanish Crown. The Spanish Crown did not see it favorably to completely eliminating indigenous peoples, as other conquering empires did. Thus, mestiçage, or racial and culture mixing, became more common in the Spanish colony. This mixing of cultures partially led to cultural hybridization. Another means of cultural hybridization occurred through the Church, with the imposition of sacraments on indigenous people and the adoption of European belief. This ensured that the indigenous people were recognized as human beings and granted certain rights in relation to their conquerors. Over the years, as the mestizos population grew and developed, it gave rise to what we know now as Latin American syncretism. Thanks to the imposition of the faith and the difficulty of the conquerors in effectively communicating with the conquered people, the Christian faith was not fully understood by the indigenous population. As a result, many of these groups began to fill in the gaps with their own doctrines. This will later be reflected in the South American schools of art, where essence from the European Bible were depicted with a slight change that have never been seen before and could only be imagined by the indigenous people. The Baroque period will emerge around 1600, having influencing European art and its colony in the New World. During this period, numerous works of art were created and spread through the continent, eventually reaching Spain itself. Many of these works represent biblical passages, while others serve as windows through which Spanish kings could glimpse life in America. There were depictions of indigenous people dressed in elegant clothes or accompanied by great riches, portraying the viceroys as POs, individuals in the New World, even though this was not the case. Before the first cry for independence, which took place in Quito on August 10 in 1809, there were already hundreds of thousands of artworks, buildings, and works whose origin as meaning could only be understood if you know both Spanish and indigenous culture. The influence of Spain would diminish after the independence, process carried out by the different heroes of each region. Returning to the present, Latin America is known for its preserved historical center since the 1900s, and cultural syncretism can be observed in every church, square, or street. If you ever visit Latin America, explore the historical centers and see it for yourself. And if you pass through the Quito, Ecuador, who knows, maybe it will be me who guides you through this beautiful city. And together we can appreciate this work of art and Spanish conquest. Let's talk the cultural syncretism with our indigenous people. To conclude, syncretism in Latin America is the fusion of Spanish and indigenous beliefs, which creates material and social wealth in each country of the region. Now that you know this, it will be much easier for you to appreciate the following videos from Ecuador. See you in the next video.